Given parametric equations, we can sketch the curve that they represent and then write y as a function of x or x as a function of y. In order to sketch the graph, I'm going to pick values of my parameter, which is t, and see what I get for x and for y. My range for t values is -3 to 2. You can use whatever values you want in there. I certainly am going to pick whole number values because they're easier to deal with. So here we go. If t is -3, x equals t plus 2. -3 plus 2 sounds like -1 to me. -2 plus 2, -1 plus 2, and so on. And there are my x values. And I tend to go across. You certainly can go down and do x and y for the same value of t. It doesn't matter. We'll get them all in the end. When t is -3, y is t squared plus 1. -3 squared is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 0 squared plus 1. Or, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. -2 squared plus 1. I'm looking at x. Don't do that. -1 squared plus 1. 0 plus 1. 1 plus 1. And 2 squared plus 1. And now we have points that we can graph. We're graphing ordered pairs x comma y. T doesn't show up on the graph. It's in control of everything, but it's back in the shadows and not on the graph. So I have a point at -1, 10, which is about here. 0, 5. 1, 2. 2, 1. 3, 2, and 4, 5. That is 100% of the range for t values, so I'm not going to go beyond the ends of my curve there. I was doing so well up until the end. There's my curve. That's all of it. It's not extended, doesn't go beyond those endpoints, doesn't have arrows on the ends. That's everything. You might look at that and say, well, that's a parabola. Yes, it is, which means we can write y as a function of x. We can do that by eliminating the parameter. If I want to write y as a function of x, I'm going to solve my x equation for t. So t is, looks like x minus 2, which means y is t squared plus 1. We can do better than that. We can multiply out and simplify. So we got x squared plus 4x, and then plus 4 plus 1 is plus 5. Left out my x. Then we just need a range of x values. If t goes from -3 to 2, then that's where x minus 2 goes. Since x minus 2 is equal to t, I'm going to add 2 everywhere to get x values that go from -1 to 4. That's consistent with what we can see on the graph. I'm going to write it down here. So if we restrict x to being just between -1 and 4, then there's the equation that will get me that piece of that parabola.